I was just at the bank 2 months ago, and the clerk, she's opened up an account, was like, oh my God, what are you doing? And I was just like,
is there anything crazy that you spend your money on? What advice would you have for people that are betting every week?
You got to be comfortable with the small games. You got to be comfortable with these small days.
I'll show you the back of my shirt.
That's 100% right, bro.
Win more together. We're here on I believe this is episode 4 of the DubClub CEO Corner. We've got a fantastic CEO based out of currently Atlanta, Georgia, Naz, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Soon to be Dallas.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, soon to be close by my parents out in Dallas. Naz, a little bit of background on Naz. He and I share a love for football and the previous history of having played football, though Naz would probably school me. He played at Georgia State. And recently, before getting into sports capping, Naz discovered trading, just kind of like learned how to make money online. And that naturally, he parlayed that into skill sets around how to make money betting on sports and then how to give advice betting on sports, and now running a really successful business that allows other people to tap into his brain and his knowledge, which is super exciting. Naz, the kickoff question I always ask has to do with the fact that every great entrepreneur has an origin story. What's your first big sports betting memory?
I'll say honestly, I know a lot of people's would be like big tickets, but with me just starting like probably dang near this time last year, I'll say, man, it's simply sweeping the prop list, man. Like because I feel like the slips and big tickets or whatever, they're nice and neat, whatever. But I do like a lot of prop lists and stuff, right? So when I swept my first prop list, I think that was like the biggest highlight for me, man. Like because it's a lot of research and it's a lot of time that goes into them. So when it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a trade. It's the same concept, man. When your analysis, when your convictions are right or correct, it's like a feeling like no other, man. It's like, all right, I got this down packed. It's like, especially when all the people on Twitter and Discords and DubClubs, everybody going crazy rooting for you, and everybody tell, and you making other people money. I think that's the biggest highlight for me. It wasn't even, actually, even if I parlayed them together and made the money, nah, it was just doing the conviction and cashing out my people. That's the biggest highlight for me.
Do you remember what you did to gain the conviction to put that slip together? Or generally when you were first starting, what was it that you were doing to get conviction around the bets you were making? Similar to the investments you were making when you were trading. Like, what's your process look like?
My process for different sports is different, man. It's really, I think that's like one of my favorite parts of what I do is, in every sport is different characteristics, is different analysis for each sport, man. So like even with the MLB just now coming around, it's kind of like you have to readjust your thinking, sit there making a whole new 1, 2, 3 step process for that certain sport, because this certain sport is not going to be the same as the last. So I think with NBA, when I first started, I was learning my way, man. I was feeling my way. I can honestly say I didn't find my defined 1, 2, 3 step process until maybe mid part of the season. It wasn't at the start part of the season. I think then I was just trying to get my stuff together. I was putting together all type of strategies, all type of different ways. But yeah, man, that's what made it so. Let me see. I'll say that's what made it so. I'm not sure what the word is, man.
Special?
Yeah, special, memorable, man. It was like a feeling like no other, bro. Like me actually being able to do that with the little knowledge that I did have, that's what made it really special, bro. So, yeah.
Yeah. It was almost like you shocked yourself. You're like, wow, I'm really good at this.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Probably like when you've picked up a football or put on pads for the first time, you're like, man, I'm pretty damn good at this.
Heck yeah, bro. For real. It's like catching the first football. It's like, man, I'm the man now. I'm him. I can do this 1,000 times more.
Yep. So now I got to ask, because I've never asked you this, and I'm curious. And I don't even know what I would answer for myself, but
what's up?
What receiver would you most closely associate yourself with? If I had to, because I've never seen you play.
I was a DB, but if I was a receiver, I feel like I'd have been like Julio Jones out there, bro. Like aggressive.
Well, that's why you and I both played DB, and that's why I don't know what my answer, because I don't know if we should do DB and receiver. I don't know if a lot of people would know, like,
Okay,
DB is not like
a popular thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not as popular, even
yeah.
though it's like a harder position, arguably.
I swear.
So that's why I asked receivers, like, maybe, if we both assume offensive side of the ball, but let's do both.
Yeah.
Let's do DB. You think you most closely resemble in the NFL, like current or past, and then receiver.
All right, cool. I'll say, man, and that's a great point, bro, because a lot of people don't care about defense from the outside perspective. But heck yeah, I think Julio Jones, bro, tall and freaking aggressive. I say aggressive catcher, bro. I,
Going
yeah,
with the Falcons, huh?
heck yeah, man. Yeah, when he was with the Falcons, not right now, but back then with the Falcons, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. In terms of a DB, bro, shoot, Sanders, Deion Sanders, that's me. Complete lockdown, all around athlete, man. I say that's me.
Complete lockdown and what 1-11 coach?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I gotta joke around because it's last little bit of the Pac-12 we can salvage with Stanford upsetting Colorado.
They was pissing me off the whole freaking the last couple games. I was like, I'm tired of watching them, man. Freaking embarrassing. But yeah.
Yeah, better player than coach, but TBD. He's still got a lot of time to prove, and they're reloading.
Yeah.
Switching conferences. We'll see what happens. But yeah, okay. So Julio Jones receiver, Deion Sanders DB. Yeah. I like that.
Heck yeah, man. That's me for sure.
Good. Cool. Well, all right. So let's shift gears then back to the world of the NazEaster DubClub. So Naz, one thing I like to ask all of our guests has to do with the job of the CEO. You're the CEO of NazEaster. Mm-hmm. Also happens to be your name. Your brand equals your name equals your company, which is awesome. Right. Can tell you a lot of companies that have come and gone like that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I always ask this question because the job of the CEO is to sell the vision of their company and their product. What would you tell me if I were a prospective subscriber? Describe your DubClub and why I should subscribe.
As of right now, I feel like I got the best hit rate out of like you choose out 9 of 10 cappers, man. I feel like I'll be in that top 1% every single time, bro. Mainly for the most part that I do everything. It's not. I feel like a lot of people in the capping world, they limit themselves to maybe just single bets. Some people limit themselves to straight just DFS bets. But over here we do it all, man. It's not nothing that we can't do. From MLB to NHL, it's sports as well. NHL, WNBA, NBA. It don't matter. Whatever you put in front of us that we can do, do research on, we do it. Any platform, any form of betting, we do it. And I feel like that's what sets my product apart from anybody else's. And we're successful at it. It's not just trying out things, just try it out. We're successful at it. We can go do esports and overnight stuff and be successful at it, man. So I feel like that's what sets us apart for sure.
What do you think is the secret ingredient, or what are the main ingredients to make you guys successful in almost everything that you touch? Because a lot of cappers you talk to, and I'll ask a separate question in a second. A lot of cappers you talk to, they specialize in certain things, and that's their niche, that's their differentiation. What you're saying is that you name an app, Rebet just came out, or like Sleeper. Like tell me I got to find some lines and find an edge on Sleeper, and like my team will do it. What is the secret ingredient or the key ingredient for the NazEaster team that makes you guys, so successful in your research and in your work?
I'll say ambition, man. Ambition and the want for always to always be better, bro. Always be better than yesterday. Never want to settle and become too comfortable with just one thing, with one area in life, or just in betting. We translate, like I said, life to betting, man. So I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to settle to just be normal or average. I'm always, each day, I'm always going to be striving to be better than I was yesterday. So I say that's the biggest. Motivation for our product to be great.
How many team members do you have?
0. It's 0. It's literally just me, man. Yeah.
So that's an important point, I think, because that's unique.
Yeah.
To be able to handle as much as you do and only be one person is very unique. You could tell I was almost asking the questions assuming for the audience that you have multiple people on your team, but it's just you.
Yeah, man.
It's not.
I look at it as nobody is gonna treat your love or your work as you would. You know what I'm saying? You can give the layout to somebody else, but they're not gonna come in every single day and go hard for that goal as you would. So I rather do it myself because I know that I'm gonna go 110% every single time. It's not gonna be a rep or a moment that I'm not gonna go 110% for what I love and what I want to do.
Love it. Well, good. You obviously make a lot of money. More money with DubClub than anywhere else, of course.
100%. Yeah.
A couple of questions on that. So you're the CEO of NazEaster. You're kind of sole owner operator. You've got different things that fall under your like profit and loss statement. There's your earnings, and then whatever costs associated with doing your business. What do you spend money on? What costs are associated with NazEaster? You obviously there's your total sales and then the DubClub technology partner fee, but what else do you spend money on for your business? Where does the money go?
Like personal life, just in a personal life, or back into the business.
Either one. I mean, that's my question.
Okay,
It's like,
cool.
are you're the owner, so you get to choose what you do with the money.
Right.
I think this is more, questions to ask yourself, questions that I'm asking you when it comes to like reinvesting
Oh, okay.
in NazEaster, investing in yourself. I mean, where does the money go?
A lot of it originally was just saved up, man, straight to the bank account. Like it's crazy. I had a
Yep.
crazy story. I was just at the bank maybe like 2 months ago, and the clerk was like, "Oh my!" Like she's opened up an account. Was like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" Like, and I was just like, "I'm not doing anything with my money right now." Created a plan on where to put different funds and all that good stuff. But
So I got to respond to her. I'm winning more together with DubClub. That's why this bank account's being open and the money's being sent in.
Yeah, man, that should have been the first response. But yeah, for the most part, man, I didn't really start investing back in my business truthfully until like this month. From Instagram ads and all that good
Yep.
stuff, man. Like that stuff is really been a big help. But for the most part, for me, man, I've been I know that certain money don't last forever, man. It's always great to put your money in different areas. So I started to buy housing.
Yep.
I started to buy different houses maybe probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. I bought three
Mhm.
houses. I bought two originally, and I just doubled back like a few days ago before Chicago, and bought another house. So I have three total
Wow.
properties that I'm managing. I got a development manager, saying what all do we need to, because I'm not doing the manual labor. Let those guys do it, and
Yeah.
I pay. But yeah, man, because of course property, they're not making any more houses. They're making different cars and freaking jewelry and stuff every day. But land is something that's it's not gonna get made every day, man. So that's where I'm putting my money into as of right now.
So you're wearing quite a few different entrepreneur hats. You've got the NazEaster CEO, you've got real estate investor, you've got trading, guru, connoisseur, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you've got your hands in a couple different ways to really take advantage of the phrase like you can only make money by spending money.
Heck yeah, man. Shit, it's a lot to put on for a 20-year-old, but I'm getting it done, man. Hey,
Yeah, and that's you're 20 years old.
yes, sir. 100%.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's remarkable. Well, okay, so it sounds like recently, from a business investment standpoint, you started reinvesting in Instagram, and the point of that, Naz, is generating traffic. Talk to me about the composition of your business to date. It's like mostly a lot of it coming from Twitter. I think I saw that like 22% of your sales comes from DubClub, so like that's obviously a huge channel. But from a social media standpoint, like mostly Twitter and haven't really dipped into Instagram. That's an area of investment for you.
It is Twitter, of course. Like these last few months has been heavily Twitter, but one thing that I've seen, I really want to get into Instagram, man. Instagram is a whole different world because it's like you're doing. I got, of course, a lot of success on Twitter, but of course that same success
Yep.
could be replicated on Instagram, or it can be even bigger over there. So I've been really hitting it hard these last few weeks, and it's been paying off. I think we went up like 20,000 followers over just like the last few weeks from just promotion,
Wow.
giveaways, all that good stuff. So, yeah, man, hey, it's been going great. I'm not sure if everybody knows
Yeah,
the
what's the
tag,
handle? Shout it
the
out.
Professor Picks. That's it, man.
The Professor
Yes,
Picks.
sir, the one and only.
Yes. Y- The PhD in sports betting advice
Literally.
with the professor. I love that. Well, good. Naz, what is the most you ever made on a single sports bet?
Um, I'll say it's recently, so it would be. I'll say maybe 50,000. That's in total because I run play of the days to where I put the same amount of money. Like I throw a good 10,000, 15,000 on each one of them, and that's like a different package
Yep.
that I have. It's I say it's for like the elite caliber of bettors because I know that these plays they're dang near 100% gonna cash majority of the time, man. This is like a different caliber of a package right here, but to answer your question, I'll say about 50,000, man. We just cashed out for 55,000 yesterday, and I'll say that's like my biggest.
Ooh.
That's probably like my biggest day, and that's not even. I'll say we've done that maybe 4 times in like the last 2 weeks. So where we sweep all 5 bets for 55 plus that or 50 plus $1,000. So yesterday, in fact, was my biggest day.
Holy cow. Good timing.
Heck yeah, literally, for real, for real. It sure was, man. It's
I
crazy.
feel like I'm a good luck charm. I just talked to Maddie Covers Friday.
Yeah.
That was episode 4. I think this is episode 5 of the DubClub CEO Corner. I talked to Maddie Covers on Friday, and he texted me at like 3 p.m., like an hour or two after we had talked, and he had cashed like 2 massive tickets for like $1,000 plus each off of, he put in like 30 or 40 bucks.
Hey, man.
I was like, man, I am just a good luck charm.
Hey, you know, you talking around, you got to come with something. You got to come with something nice. For real.
I guess so. I got to do these more often. That's good. So biggest day yesterday, 55K. What'd you put in? What'd you like? I view that as an investment. It's like, what did you invest to get the outcome? The 55K. How much did you risk?
I went in with 70. I put in like I had 2 bets that were like I think I had like 18,000 on both of those. Those were like my most confident out of the 5. And then the other 3, I think I had like a 13 or 12,000. So around up to be around 72,000. And like I said, man, I'm confident enough to do that with the single bets. That's why I call them my best bets. So, hey, man, 70,000, put down 70,000 to make 50. So it was completely 110% worth it to me, man. And I already was dropping my money and all that good stuff. So yeah, Twitter seen it, and yeah, man, we all celebrated together. That's what made it 1,000 times better.
What made you so confident? Like, what makes you so confident in your play of the days? Walk me through what gets you to that point.
I'll say just the research process I do, man. Of course, like I said, research is a big thing. Like I've always I've always made it known since day one that I stay up. I stay up like a lot with my research process all the time, just tweaking it, always putting it together. Like I got freaking pages worth of notes, just on like different things that I learned each day. So like now I'm to a point to where it was just DFS at first, prize picks, but player props aren't, I feel like 100%, man. Like with the player props, it's kind of like, it's not a 50, it's like a 70-30 game majority of the time. They could literally, something can happen to them mentally and they just come out there and blow the game. But game props and NRFIs and team bets, they're more so solidified. I'm more confident in betting on the full team because the history and analytics, they never lie. So after I understood that concept and was like, oh, hey, I could go from betting on 2 player props to just 1 single team, oh man, I'm going 100% with the team. So yeah, that's been building up confidence. And plus, I was doing just like $500 player days, like maybe a little over a month ago, and I just built up my bankroll every day since then. So that's also been helping me to continue to keep on flipping my bankroll.
Sounds like you're pretty disciplined with how you manage your bankroll. Do you have do you have a unit system? How do you think through that? How to maintain sort of like discipline and ensuring you're not getting over your skis, as I like to call it?
A lot of it come from trading, bro. Because like even in trading, the main thing about it is like a lot of people think it's the money. A lot of people think it's the technical analysis. But at the end of the day, it's all about your mental. If your mental is not right, if you don't have any money management, if you don't know stop losses and take profits and the discipline enough to say I'm not trading today or I'm not taking this B- setup, you're not going to be successful.
Yep.
And I translate those same concepts. I've been translating those same concepts from trading since day one to sports betting. So my people always know that I'm always motivating and pushing them to withdraw, always motivating them not to revenge bet. All of those are just concepts from trading. So to answer your question, it's just the money management that I learned over there. I'm applying it to trading all the time. Um, yeah.
I wish I had talked to you about 3 years ago. What was it when the AMC GameStop stuff was going on?
Yeah, man. I wasn't trading
I
in, but
got
I
in.
heard it was a blast, boy.
Yeah, it was a blast, except if you forgot to put a limit on
Oh boy.
sell order. So it's like, oh yeah, I don't want to relive it. But there were two moments in time I remember vividly. January 2021. It was after the inauguration. So Trump had, all the stuff had happened in the Capitol,
Yeah.
and Trump was out, and Biden was in, and then it was like all of a sudden AMC and GameStop started running. I don't know if you remember this. It was like beginning of 2021.
Mhm.
That initial pop, AMC went from like $3 or $4 a share to like 19 in one day.
Sheesh.
And like I bought it. I was like, all right, I actually thought it was a good. This is me like trying to justify my long term investment, but I bought in
Yeah.
and then held and watched it as it sank down from. I think I got in at like 7, so I got in on the way up. Didn't sell that first day. I watched it as it just sank down to like $4 over the next 6 months, and then all of a sudden in June, it shot back up all the way to 72. Naz, and I didn't have an order. And I needed your advice. Someone
You needed some guidance.
from who's more experienced, who's done it before. I wasn't even paying attention, and that could have been, game changing money for me. But
Yeah, man.
it was money that I hadn't really been disciplined about, and looking back on it, I should have known.
Hey, man, at least you got something out of it, bro. A lot of these people, man, they don't know how to take profit, not one bit. They gonna ride it out to the end and maybe lose everything. It's crazy. It's crazy from looking. It's crazy from going to the trading world and listening to how people articulate and talk and have money management to the gambling world, because trust me, it's two different forms of people. But yeah, man, if they were to just
How would you describe the differences? I'm very curious. And when you say trading, is this like is it specifically all day trading, or are you talking about like money management? And I mean, tell me more about the differences, because I've got some statistics rolling around in my head that I want to share once I recognize how you're
all right, cool.
differentiating the two.
I'll say mainly, bro. A lot of people were trading, or like I said, they're sound money. They're sound with their money, bro. They're not looking for impulse buys, impulsive moves. They're like I said, it's more so of a chess game. They're playing chess in their mind. It's not really, oh, I lost all my money, so let me get it back. No, they're thinking their way through situations and going not based off of emotion, but based off of technical analysis, man. But a lot of people with trading, with betting on the other hand, a lot of those guys are just it's crazy how impulsive people are. They always want to get back. They have no money management when it comes to taking profit. If you just made $100, don't go back and bet the whole 100 again tomorrow. Like, take your profit and be smart about it, man. But a lot of people in the betting world do not just have that mindset. And they can literally, I've seen so many people win maybe Monday through Friday. They get to Saturday and it's like, I lost all my money, and I'm like, how? I bet it all Saturday. It's like, come on, man, you got to have better money management in that. But it's something that a lot of people don't have.
No, well, that's the statistic I wanted to get to, which is the difference between the market that we're in right now, people betting on sports, people listening to advice from people like you who do it all the time, know what they're doing, who have disciplined approaches and can give advice. I think it's like damn near 130 million Americans have a wealth advisor for their money.
Right.
And if they have money set aside for betting on sports, which 40 million Americans do every week, why aren't more people paying for someone like you to give them advice and to be there? I mean, what's your monthly subscription price, Naz?
It's like $29.99. That's the first package, and the second package is like $79.99. But it's like you get every single thing. So yeah, as you go up, you get more.
I would imagine that pays itself off. Someone who bets $10 a play, imagine that. That's 3 plays they'd lose that they could pay for one of your subscriptions, like 1 month of subscription, and it already pays itself off. That's 3 more plays that they could win betting $10 a piece that they'd get from subscribing to you. I don't think people realize the ROI on that.
Man, 100%.
You win more together.
Literally going to make that money back the same night. It's crazy.
And do you offer free trials, or how do you kind of get people in?
Heck yeah, man. That's I say free trial is like the best way to go about it. For me personally, I think everybody have their own method, own way, but right now trials are the best way because of course it's kind of like me having a piece of cake. I'm giving you a piece of the cake. You think it's good? Come get the whole thing. So same concept.
It's usually how the bakeries get me. They give me a little sampler and say, "All right, let me take the whole cake."
Yeah, man. Exactly.
So, Naz, we've talked a lot about how you spend money related to the business, reinvesting in making sure that Instagram is in a good spot, growing, 20,000 followers in the last several weeks. Is there anything crazy that you spend your money on? Like, what's the craziest thing you've spent your winnings from a sports bet on?
Jewelry. I say jewelry is like the craziest thing. I probably spent like dang near 100,000 this year in jewelry. But it's just something I love, man. Shoot, I love to look good, man. So I find it worth it. But for every liability, I have an asset. So that's why I'm buying the houses.
Hey, I think jewelry is jewelry holds value.
Yeah.
You're making good investments. Look at you, again, investing in things that hold or accrue in value over time.
Exactly.
Jewelry is liquid. So if you travel, you go somewhere and you ever need money, you just sell the jewelry.
I don't think we'll be doing that. But, hey, man, it's a good idea. It's a good idea for sure.
Put it on the market. I'll nab it off you. What's been your favorite piece so far that you've bought?
I was a big watch guy at first, man. So I had bought like a Cartier and an AP, Audemars. But
any Rolex?
No, I don't have a Rolex yet, but I think I'm gonna get one, man, because I see like a lot of the wealthier guys, not rich, but the wealthier guys, they go with like plain watches like of that nature, man. So I think I'm gonna get me one of those next. I'm done with the diamonds. But my favorite piece is a Professor Pix chain I just got. You can see it everywhere, all over my social, and I'm proud of that chain, bro. I just bought that chain like last week, right before the Chicago trip.
Nice. Have you bought the Benz yet? I know you wanted to buy a black AMG.
It's crazy. I think that's been my lifelong goal, and it's crazy. When I got to the dealership, I ended up getting like the 2024 BMW. It was like a M4.
Okay.
Yeah, I ended up getting that. It looked better. Like the grill and stuff was looked like dang near like a Bentley. So I ended up getting the BMW instead.
Why not just get a Bentley?
Hey man, I'm getting a second car. As soon as I touch down in Texas with my new crib, I got enough garage room to get 3 cars. So I'm gonna get me a second one, literally probably a week or two after I get there.
So what's on the list?
Man, I'm not gonna lie.
What's on the top? Who's in your fave 5 for potential cars?
I'll say I'm an Atlanta guy, man, and I never had it. So I'll say a Trackhawk is like I love those muscle cars, man. I'll say a Trackhawk. Second car would be a Lambo truck. I love those. And third, it wouldn't even be 4. I'll say those 2, and let's see. Dang, what's it called? It's like you know what? A Camaro, man. I love Camaros for some reason. Like it's not even
my man.
It's not even like top of the line for a lot of people, but Camaros are just so beautiful to me, man. So I think that'd be.
They're beautiful. They sound great. I've always wanted a Camaro.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I'm on board with that. All right, cool. So we've got, you said Trackhawks. That's a Jeep, right?
Yeah, Trackhawk Jeep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then a Lambo and Camaro.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, now I'm on the edge of my seat to see what you decide once you get to Texas.
Hey,
I feel like my parents live in Dallas, or like outside of Dallas. I think you might need to get a truck just to have it, because you'll be in Dallas.
For sure, it don't sound bad to me, man. Hey, Twitter and Instagram and all my social media platforms will be seen very soon.
Good. Well, nice. All right, Naz, let's move into what I call it's the keep it real section, which we already kind of hit on with the questions around, cars and some of your interests. But, you're running a very successful business and have like multiple successful ventures, obviously, as we've talked about, real estate, investing, obviously your DubClub and your sports consulting. What do you do for fun, like that you haven't mentioned yet? What do you do to relieve stress? What kind of stuff do you get into that takes the load off from time to time?
Honestly, it's an interesting question, but I genuinely don't have something to just to get away as of right now. I'll say like for the most part, it's like in bulk. I'll go to work. I'll literally work, grinding this out probably weeks at a time, and then just take a nice vacation. That's the vacation that everybody will see on Twitter and Instagram and be like, oh man, he's living in life, but they're not seeing the hard work that goes on in between. But I'll say like
Yep.
the main thing for me is working in bulk, man. I try not to get my mindset in different places. Like when I'm doing sports betting, I'm doing sports betting like all day and night for the next few weeks until the next big vacation.
Give me your top 3 best spots you've traveled to.
I'll say Barcelona, Spain,
Yep.
uh, Hawaii, and Vegas is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, Vegas, Hawaii, and Spain.
In that order?
Not the opposite way around. So it'd be Spain, Hawaii,
Spain,
and
Hawaii,
yeah,
Vegas. Okay. Nice. I've been to two of the 3 of those. I've not been to Spain yet.
yeah. Spain is a beautiful. It's different. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you love so much about Spain?
Man, it's
What are the
just a
highlights?
different culture, man. It's like how everything is different. Like they don't even have the plug into the walls. It intrigues to me seeing how different the world is. Like we get so kept up in what you see in front of you, and you think that that's normal and that's right. But if you go to somewhere halfway across the world, it's like they think this is right. They think we don't have the same plugins or the same way that you turn your shower. It's on and off. It's like it's little
It's
peculiar
like
things.
backwards.
Yeah, little things like that is
Yeah.
different, and that's interesting. That always intrigued me.
Yeah. Have you been to London yet?
No, I haven't been to London, but it's on the list though. It's on the list for sure.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the things I thought was awesome and also hilarious about London. There are 2 things I remember when I got there the first time I ever went. Everything's backwards.
Yeah,
Like people driving the wrong side, they like kind of talk different but the same. And number 2, I remember vividly there were like no, they call them bins, trash cans. There were like no trash cans. But like everything was so clean on the street. I was like, how is this even possible? And I had
crazy.
I had a sandwich or something and I needed to throw out the wrapper and I could not find a trash can anywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
And in the US, everything is, there's trash all over the place and there's trash cans on every corner. We can't figure it out.
Yeah, bro. For sure, that is crazy.
I think you got to get London on the list for one of the next places you go.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I want to see that.
Naz, what kind
Hmm?
of music you listen to? I've always kind of wondered what
Uh,
kind of stuff you're into.
I like to listen to a lot of I'll say like R&B, man. I'm an R&B type guy. Like a lot of people think like hardcore, anything, all that crap, but nah, man. I'm on some smooth, ease of the mind type stuff, man. So
Mm.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Is that like do you listen to music while you work, or is that like an end of the day veg out a little bit, try to relax kind of thing?
While I work, it helps everything flow better, in my opinion. So yeah, while I work.
Good, nice. Naz, what's been as you've built your Dub Club and you've built your business to the point that it is now, which is a multi 6-figure a year business. What have been some of the challenges or the biggest challenge that you've faced or have had to overcome in the process of building your Dub Club to where it is today?
In terms of limitations or boundaries for me personally, is everything that's been put in front of me. I've dominated it, bro. In the most respectful way. Like I guess chalking and people not understand the concept that we might not win today, but we're gonna win the next 4 days. Little things like that. First coming into the game were an issue. Just trying to get people to understand that you have to be down for not even the long game, but the weekly game. Like just being able to stay consistent with it. I'll say that was the biggest issue at first, but I came out. I've ran through that. All of my members know who I am and the name that I've put out for myself. But I'll say just the main thing is toxicity in the community, man. Like I'll say that's the biggest issue as of right now. Just with other captors as well. It's crazy. A lot of people will hate on what they don't understand. they will go against what they don't understand. But in reality, we can be better off if we all were to help each other, uplift each other. And a lot of people don't understand that as of right now. But I mean, things can always change.
Turn around and show you the back of my shirt.
Hey man, that's it. That's 100% right, bro. That's 100% right.
Win more together. There's no point in trying to fight it. Like, we all play team sports, yeah. Teams that work together, you're just on the football field, you're 1 out of 11 people. What is it Bill Belichick says? Do your job.
Yeah, you literally do
the
your
reason
job.
why he's like one of the best coaches ever. Do your job.
Between him and Nick Saban, but yeah, for sure. 100%.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't see Saban in the NFL. I don't know.
I mean, I don't even. You know what? I would just stop where I am at his age, man. Just because like he's built such a big legacy and a great legacy, he can be like Bill Belichick if he keep on, trying to coach the way he is, and it ends up kind of tormenting his legacy. So I'll just leave it where it is because it's been a great run.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think almost everyone, and I hate to go to this example, but like Jordan's one of the few I think that still has such an unbelievable legacy, even though he was objectively not that good at the end of his career.
Yeah, man. So,
and I'm the biggest Jordan fan out there, right? Like Jordan versus LeBron. I'm always got a lot of respect for LeBron.
Yeah.
Jordan's mentality is just different.
Exactly.
But I agree. I think when you're at your top of your game, you gotta tap out.
Heck yeah, man.
I think Tom Brady should have probably stopped a year before he did.
Yeah.
After the Super Bowl, it's like, dude, you're done. You're good. That one retirement's enough. Don't need to come back.
Exactly, man. You gotta leave a good taste in their mouth, bro. Like your last game, if it was your best game, leave it at that. Leave it at that forever, bro.
Yep, agree with that. I don't know how we got on that topic. I could talk about that for a while, but let's. I'll rein it back in. You were basically saying that like every barrier that's been put up in front of you as you've built your business, you've knocked down.
Yeah, for the most part, most definitely. There's nothing. I feel like there's nothing on this earth that can stop me. Period. And in the most humblest way, there's nothing on this earth that can stop me. And that's just how you gotta look at life, man. You gotta dominate everything that's put in front of you, for sure.
Yep, and it's a good plug for an audiobook I listened to recently. I think I might have mentioned this on one of my other podcasts, but there's a book called Relentless. It's by the guy who trained Kobe and Michael Jordan and Dwayne Wade. Mm-hmm. You actually should listen to that, Naz, because it reminds me a lot of what you just said. It's the mentality of like nothing can get in my way. It's a Jordan, the Mamba mentality, Kobe.
Yeah,
he's like, there's an awesome quote he had once when like someone was like one of the journalists were interviewing him or the reporters, and they're basically like, Kobe, what do you do when you step on the court and all those fans have these expectations? And he just goes, whoa. He like stops them. He goes, nobody will ever, he says it like 10 times, like, have higher expectations of me than myself.
Right.
And it's just like that mentality is the winner's mentality. And this book is called Relentless by, I think his name's Tim Grover. So good plug for the book. We don't even have advertisements on this podcast. I love the book. It reminds me of what you just said. It's like nothing can get in my way. That's how you got to approach every day.
100%.
So, Naz, we're coming out of basketball. NBA is over. We have about 8 weeks until college football. Got a little bit more than 8 weeks until NFL kickoff. Sounds like you do a bit of everything. Like what do you think people should be looking at? What sports are you looking at? What do you think we should be looking at over the summer? Give us some advice on what our summer should look like.
Man, utilize this huge MLB board every single day, bro. It's dang near always 8 plus or 9 plus games every single day. So I would say, man, just utilize it, bro, because like these other sports, they're more famous. I would say in just the general world. Of course, like NFL, people love the NFL, people love NBA. They're nice. I'm not gonna lie, but for the most part, bro, nothing is gonna give you. I feel like no sport is gonna give you more value, more games, more player props, more just different lines as the MLB on a daily. So while this season is here, utilize it. I to be honest with you, I never watched MLB a day in my life before last month, I'll say. But I've made probably $200,000 in the last month off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be able to. You gotta adjust to where you're wanted. Don't go to where you think that here's the money is in NBA. Everybody watches the NBA. I want to watch it. Nah, man, just go where you want it. Go where the money is, man. So I'm following the money right now. MLB is where I would suggest everybody to be looking at every day.
And it's daily.
Bro, you can't get enough of it, man. You can't get enough of it at all.
No. What do you think people should do during the MLB break in a couple weeks?
I would say reevaluate yourself. Just look over your processes because I like myself, man. It's gonna be a good mental break just to be able to look over your strategy, look how the first part of the season, the first quarter of the season has went, what works, what doesn't work. But I wouldn't say, of course, just stop betting. I mean, you got other things. You got especially like WNBA. I'll say that'd be a big focus. That's like a big thing in the gambling world right now is WNBA. So you can focus on that while you try to perfect your craft with MLB. Practicing and looking over stuff.
Talking about perfecting your craft, Naz, is it true that you only sleep 3 hours a night on average because you're up researching all the time?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a tradition for me now. It's like a freaking I don't know. It's like nothing now. But yeah, 100%, man. I stay up all night putting out content. That's been my strategy from day one, and it's my strategy now. Putting out content, trying to get ahead of everybody, get ahead of the books, put out everything all night, and by the morning time, everybody's waking up. I'm still energized. Everybody's liking, retweeting. Oh, let's do it, and it's motivating me to keep on pushing. So yeah, man, shoot. Like today, I don't think I've been to sleep. I haven't been to sleep yet, man. Like I've been just pushing, just going forward. Just for the simple fact, everybody's motivating to keep going, motivating to keep pushing forward, motivating to be successful today, man. So yeah, that's the motivation.
When do you catch up on sleep?
Like sometimes I'll just really genuinely take a nap, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like, as soon as we probably get off of here today, I'll probably like lay down for like an hour or two. But I know like it's just the anticipation and the happiness that I feel that it has my bet hit, is my bet chalking or whatever to get right back up and get right back to it. So like after I take a nap or two, bro, through the day, I'm good. Like I don't know. It might not be healthy as of right now, but man, the grind is real, man. The grind is much appreciated, and the grind is it pays off. So I have no problem with the way that life is going right now. Because it always, like, the vacations and stuff are always going to come. The money,
exactly.
The change, the cars, all that, is going to happen. So that's the motivation every single time.
And I don't think that's that atypical, Naz. Do you bank with, like, JP Morgan or do Chase? Do you have a Chase credit card?
Well, I don't have it, but I know exactly, what you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy JP Morgan that founded JP Morgan, like literally JP Morgan. Fun fact about him is he used to work like 9 months of the year and take 3 months off. And it was like those 9 months he would just be grinding. Kind of like you. It's like you grind, you do like 2-3 months in a row and then you take like a week or two off for vacation. So I think successful people have figured out ways in which they can sort of have I would call it an abnormal schedule, right? Most people are in bed by 9 or 10, up by 6, 7, 8, whatever, getting 8 hours of sleep, and you've kind of figured out a way to hack life that allows you to be ultra productive, but also make sure that you're rejuvenating and recovering and doing the things you love every once in a while, beyond the work that you love, getting to travel and recoup yourself. Sounds like that's what you've fallen into in terms of routine.
Yeah, 100%. Work in bulk and, work hard, play later. Really. That phrase is it.
That's true. Yeah, work hard, play hard. You said work hard, play later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Nice. Well, okay. So last question as we wrap up, Naz, because I know we're way over time. I think we're almost 45 minutes. This has been really fun. I like reminding people of this statistic, and that's 40 million people in the U.S. bet every week on sports, and that number's growing. I think it's growing at like 10% a year, maybe a little bit more.
It is.
Most people do it for fun. A lot of people, casually bet on random stuff. So like me, I'm one of the 100 million people that bet on the Super Bowl. What advice would you have for people that are betting every week? And then what advice would you have for people that are a bit more casual like me?
I'll say, let me see. What advice would I give you guys? The advice I would give you guys would just be just to realize it's a long game, man. I wouldn't say like a long game in years. Like a long trade or whatever. No, but the main thing is base hits, bro. You gotta. That's like a concept I feel like even it applies to life, man. You gotta be comfortable with the small games. You gotta be comfortable with the small days because those small days are gonna add up. It's not all about let me make my whole goal in one single day, because it's not going to work like that. It's not a safe practice to or a healthy practice to have. If you literally go into a day with a small mindset of I'm going to make this certain amount, it doesn't have to be over the top, but this right here, and you target that single goal every single day, it's all going to pay off in the long run, because by the end of the week you're at your goal. You didn't have to rush to get there, and you got there safe and sound. You didn't take unnecessary risks to get there. So base hits are the most important thing you can apply in your betting.
Sounds like you're giving advice to the DubClub team. That's what I tell them. I call it stacking bricks.
No, yeah.
Every week, stack a brick. Yeah. Do something that you're proud of that moves us in the direction of the things we care about, which is being obsessed with helping you guys make more money than anywhere else.
And 100%, man.
Like, small things add up, Naz, and life is long. You're 20, I'm 29. DubClub's only like 3.5 years old. Like, we've got years and years to go.
I guarantee we'll be looking back on this video maybe 10 years later, probably like one of the top 20, top 30 businesses in the world, man, because it's nothing but up from here. I promise you.
I appreciate it. With partners like you, you make it easy.
Hey, man, try to. For sure.
Appreciate you, Naz. All right, this has been super fun, man. I know we're a bit over, so I'm gonna wrap it here, but it's been a pleasure. We'll do this again soon.
Yeah, 100%, man.